NBA game previews, Wednesday, April 30th. I have a two-team parlay that I'm going to give out at the end of this video. If you want to skip the reasoning on why I'm making this bet, go for it. Both road teams tonight are up 3-1 in the series and looking to close the series out. History strongly favors not just the home team, but the favorites in this Game 5 spot. Road teams very rarely close the series out when they're up 3-1. In fact, it's only happened 13 times in the first round since the 1999-2000 season. Home favorites of -2 or more that are down 3-1 in the series are 18-4 straight up and 14-8 against the spread since 2005. The betting market seems to be riding this historical trend as both home teams have received sharp, respected money since the opener. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense why home favorites down 3-1 have been a profitable spot. The betting public tends to give up on these teams after seeing them lose 3 times on the big stage, and now them facing elimination, bettors kind of give up on them, and this can create line value in some cases. Also, it takes a certain type of mentality for the team that's up 3-1. They need the killer instinct to close it out on the highway and not let those thoughts creep in of, well, if we lose, we can still go home and win in Game 6. Now, in the Game 4 Warriors-Rockets preview I did for members of my Discord, I talked a lot about how the total of 203 was 10 points lower than the total of 213 in Game 1 of this series. Game 1, 2, and 3 all went under. We finally saw an over in Game 4. 215 points scored in Game 4, which went over the total of 203, but would have only went over the Game 1 total by a single basket. Now here in Game 5, the total hasn't really been adjusted up much, despite last game being the first game to go over in the series. Sharp money immediately hit the Houston side on the opener, moved this line from Houston -2.5 to -4.5, and that's when the market said it's enough, and it settled at 4. This series has been tight. Not sure I think either team should be favored by 4 points. Golden State has won 3 games in this series and has a point differential of only plus 12 points. That's a small point differential for a team up 3-1. Odds makers are basically saying that the Warriors and Rockets are evenly matched. Playoff home court is worth 4 points, so that's why the Rockets are -4 being at home. The major difference in this series has been at the foul line, with both attempts and makes. Houston in the series is 60 for 95 from the foul line, while Golden State is 55 for 69. That's a huge disparity there. I haven't really been too active betting sides or totals in this series, but I've been having some success with player props. I'm going to ride Fred VanVleet over points again. I bet his over 2 games in a row, and he's gone over each time, but his point props is still at 13.5, despite him breaking a franchise playoff record going 8 for 12 from 3 last game. The juice on his over points is a little bit shaded now. At the beginning, I talked about how the road teams up 3-1 need that killer instinct to close out a series. I'm not sure the T-Wolves squad under head coach Chris Finch has that personality trait. If they do, they haven't really shown it in the past. We've seen this team show some let-up in this particular closeout game situation. And as we get deep into these playoff series, like Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7, the lines become extremely tight. Everything is known and factored into the number. Games come down to kind of which team is going to have an outlier performance, who's going to get hot from 3, which team will struggle from the foul line or have turnover issues. These are things that are really tough to predict. And typically at this point in the series, we're not going to find spots where we have clear line value. Unless it's a game involving the Lakers. When the Lakers are favorites, you'll almost never get a fair price on them. They have a huge betting bandwagon. Now add in the fact there was early sharp money line action on the Lakers. Now we have an inflated line here at -6. But this series has shown that the team that wins the game also covers the spread. The straight-up winner is also 5-0 against the spread this series. It's not often we see a team down 3-1 favored by more than 5 points as well. Lakers are an older team. We've kind of seen them start to gas out late in games, but I have to think the Lakers, the 4 L's show up here facing elimination. Lakers, LeBron, Luka, and the league itself doesn't want them eliminated. I'm looking at a few player props in this one. LeBron over props are heavily correlated to the Lakers winning. If you think the Lakers win, LeBron over props will have to hit. he should get the benefit of the whistle in this game from the refs. He went to the line 18 times last game, I believe. I have a few other player props posted in the Discord community, but my bet for this video, it's a rare parlay for me. I'm going with both home teams on the money line to avoid elimination. You should be able to get plus 125 odds. Now, if you found this game breakdown helpful or entertaining, I do them every game and post them inside the Betting Network Discord. The invite link to join is in my bio. You can join for free. You'll just have somewhat limited access. I charge $50 for 60 days of pro membership. That's 60 days from the day you sign up. It gets you full access to all the channels. I got betting lessons in there, betting tools, and much more. Any questions, let me know in the comments section. And that's it for this one. Until next time, good luck with your